What's going on, you bunch of degenerates? Welcome back to Buy the Whiskey, and we've got some more mods to talk about because why not? There's a lot coming out. Now, the modders in the Fallout community, bless them so much. They are hard at work, and there's a lot of projects that are coming out, including a couple of very sneaky little drops that have happened recently, and we're going to go over that and a few more, so let's get right into it. All right, first up, we're going to cover one of the big ones, and that's going to be Settlements 2 Part 3. Part 3. Now, Sim Settlements is a mod that I kind of let slip through the cracks on my top 10 mods video a couple weeks ago, and I probably should have, or top 5, top 10, top 5, top 10, whatever. My mandatory mods list, I probably should have added it to it and just added an extra number, but it would have been odd. And I always install the other ones, and sometimes I don't bother with Sim Settlements because of some stability issues. Not going into that, that's not what this is about. And what Sim Settlements did and why it is a mandatory mod for a lot of people is you no longer have to micromanage your settlements and put meticulous detail into your builds. Now, some people do that, more power to them. I don't want to do that. I want to get to the action, and I know a lot of other people are, and that's why this mod blew up. With Sim Settlements 2, we got story introduced as well, and that means that the Gunners took a bigger focus, which is good because if you if you look at it and look at kind of interpret the intention of Bethesda with the Gunners, they had the names Gunners in Quincy. It seemed that the Minutemen were supposed to end everything with taking Quincy back. And this mod, the story for it, brings Quincy back into the fold. Well, not Quincy so much, but the Gunners. It does add Quincy in, but the Gunners back into the fold. It brings them back into a larger faction instead of Uber Raider. So when we look at the trailer for Part 3, it looks like everything's kicked up a notch. It's looking like total war now. And that means that, of course, the sole survivor is the settlers' only help because another settlement needs your help, and war never changes.
War never changes.
Just like with Part 2, that having full integration into the story where choices that you made during your time playing the game dictated what options you had available, I'm assuming that Part 3, if they can figure it out, will integrate your choices that you made in Part 2, as well as gameplay choices on what happens with the story. I don't know if they're going to be able to figure that out from a mod storytelling standpoint. That sounds kind of tricky, but I'm looking forward to seeing whether they did. One other thing to keep in mind with the Sim Settlements team is they usually drop a trailer, and then shortly after, they drop the mod. So you're going to want to keep your eye out for this one. Next up is one of those sneaky little releases that kind of flew under the radar for me, and that's going to be the rocket launcher from the Capital Wasteland project. It's a pretty simple mod. This brings the classic into Fallout 4. So get all that pre-war money out of your safe in your home base. It's time to make it rain on some fools. Now, this comes with a complete Fallout 3 style backpack when you equip it. Very fun. I did some testing with it. Full integration. It's really simple. You have to build this from schematics. I believe it could be injected into the level list, so someone may have it, but at least the schematics will. Just like with Fallout 3 too, those schematics, if you already have it built or you have a schematic and then you get another one, that will increase the damage that it does by 10%. So when you're looking for more gnomes to shoot at Randy the Raider, keep your eyes peeled for more schematics. 61 animations have been integrated into this that span first, third person, and power armor, and 9 were specifically created just for the rocket launcher. So they put in a lot of work into this. And with, as with every mod bringing the old into the new engine, it's customizable, including 2 unique paint jobs to choose from, as well as the base one. Now, a note for those of you playing on Xbox, I don't know if this breaks it for you or not, but because this does require F4SE, the script extender, the mod is available on Creation Club for Xbox, but Xbox can't use the script extender, so the backpack will not appear on you when you're inside Power Armor. All right, next is going to be another one of those big ones, and it's one that's kind of evolved over its time, and that's going to be America Rising 2. Now, full disclosure, I've got to go through and complete my playthrough of America Rising 2, but basically, a synopsis of it is it brings the Enclave into the story of Fallout. What it does with that is it brings another faction for you to align yourself with in order to complete the story, including another way into the Institute. The Enclave will find their way in there. So it's a good mod to have for a fresh playthrough with a fresh perspective on it. The mod author was just working on a simple update to this, but it got to be so large that it's come full circle to be somewhat of a sequel of sorts, coming in as America Rising 2. Clocking in at just under 20 quests, this makes sense. Supposedly the mod is nearly complete and has a target release date of early 2023, so that could be the first half of this year. The main Enclave quest line is complete, with new armors, locations, weapons, etc. all set up and ready to go. It seems like all they have to do is some QA, some stuff Bethesda can learn from.
All of this just works. All of this just works. All of this just works.
All right, the other sneaky mod that released just days before the recording of this video is the AEP7 laser pistol and Pew Pew from Fallout New Vegas. It does exactly what it says. It's going to add that into the level list. Instead of a laser pistol you can turn into a laser machine gun of death or sniper rifle, this is just a laser pistol, which, you know, makes sense. It's a pistol. And this also adds in the unique variant Pew Pew so that you have some bonus damage, but the trade-off is it only loads 2 shots at a time, so you can burn through energy cells rather quick, but you're gonna put them down quick too. Just have your finger real close to that reload button. Full weapon customization is available as well with different attachments, and even I haven't really tested this completely yet, but one of the attachments is looks like it turns it into a recycler. I don't know the time frame for it to actually recharge the energy cell, but it's something to keep your eye on, something to test out, something to have fun with, and another good laser weapon added into Fallout 4 that's not like everything else. It's unique, and it brings a little bit of the classics into the new generation. All right, last but certainly not least is a mod that is so ambitious and huge and impressive that Bethesda has poached modders from this team to actually work for them. A mod so exciting that you can hear purists that say, Fallout will never be overseas. It's about Americana. It's about the US. Eagerly waiting to hit that download button. That's right, we're talking about Fallout London. This looks to be the biggest Fallout mod ever. I mean huge. It's massive. They've done so much so far with the trailers and the devlog, and we'll get into that in a moment. But it's huge, it's massive, and it looks like it could be shooting for a release date this year, maybe not, but they recently did a devlog update, so we're going to talk about it real quick. This thing, you will not have all the classics that identify its Fallout, but it still looks Fallout. You don't have Vault-Tec, you don't have Vault Boy, you don't have the Brotherhood. Instead of all that America stuff, this is proper tea and crumpets shit with Knights of Camelot as a faction and a gritty industrial aesthetic and underground working subways. So, in case you missed the last dev update, yes, they have working underground trains in this mod, and I need fast travel to just play an animation of this. Please, God, make at least in survival, right? I'm hoping that fast travel instead of like journey, right? You have to actually go to a station and then travel from one station to another station, and it plays the animation. Oh, that would be chef's kiss right there. That's what I'm hoping for with it. But there's more. They've got their own British Fisto with a post/mail bot that will deliver the goods. And I'm going to end things there with the Fisto joke. But if you're wanting to know some more mods to try, this video right here, check that out.